Hi, this video is going to go over the third in the spotlight in Chapter 3, Multiple Nested Decision Structures. Dr. Suarez teaches a literature class and uses the following 10-point grading scale for all of his exams. 90 and above is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and below 60 is an F. He asked you to write a program that will allow a student to enter a test score and then display the grade for that score. Here's the algorithm that you will use. Ask the user to enter a test score. Determine the grade in the following manner. If the score is greater than or equal to 90, then the grade is A. Else, if the score is greater than or equal to 80, the grade is B. Else, if the score is greater than or equal to 70, grade is C. Else, if the score is greater than or equal to 60, then the grade is D. Else, the grade is F. So you decide that the process of determining the grade will require several nested decision structures, as shown in Figure 315. The program is 3.6, shows the code for the program. Those are in the book, and I've got them here. So the code for the nested decision structures is in line 14 through 26. So here's the decision structure. Too big to fit on the screen here. But the program comes into it, checks the score. If it's greater than or equal to 90, is that true? It prints out what the grade is. If it's false, it checks to see if it's greater than or equal to 80. Okay, it won't get down to that point unless it's already been determined it's not greater than or equal to 90, so we don't have to put that extra on there. Okay, that prints out the B. If not, it'll go down to 70, then 60, and then it'll just print out the F. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with putting the code in. Again, I'm not going to do the comments. You can look at those in the book on that. So I'll pull up Python. Actually, what I'm going to do is I had one on here already. I'm just going to pull it up and do a new file off of it. That'll put me directly in the folder that I'm already saving it on and save some time. So we're going to have 4 named constants for the lower end of each of the grade levels there. So A score is going to be equal to 90. B score is going to be equal to 80. C score is going to be equal to 70. And D score is going to be equal to 60. We need to get the score. So score is going to be equal to an int input and then we need to go ahead and do the nested if statement on this. So we're going to start off with if score is greater than or equal to A score, then we're going to print your grade is A. Else, if score is greater than or equal to B score, we're going to print, oh, that should be capitalized there. Your score is B. You can back up. Let's go get the line up with these. In just a second, I'll get back to that. I don't know why that popped up. Every once in a while, I hit something on my touchpad or something, and it does weird things for me. Okay, so I need another else here. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's right. If score is greater than or equal to C score, then we're going to print your score C. Else, if score is greater than or equal to D score, we're going to print your score is D. And then the last one then is else. Whoops. Yeah, right here. We'll just print your score is F. That's all the code there is to this. Okay. Notice how this skews over like this. There's a way to do this a little bit different way. And I think that's going to be coming up in a little bit on the next in the spotlight. But I just wanted to point that out to you on here. So we can go ahead and get this saved. And since I opened this up, the last one I did, it's going to default to that same folder there, which is nice. So I'm going to put this on here. And let me get up and see what that name of this was. Grader. And I put the .py on there. Okay, then we'll go ahead and run this. Let me get the numbers. Okay, so the first one, we're going to run this a couple of times. So the first one, we're going to put in a score of 78. And it prints out your scores C. Change the size of this here so we don't lose that off the bottom. Run this again. And we put in a score of 84. And we get the score as B. Okay. Now, if you were doing this to give out to somebody, excuse me, if you're doing this to give this out to somebody, then I'll think of what I'm going to say in a minute. You want to test everything. You want to make sure that you test borderline grades also, because you want to make sure if you put it in 80 that it does it as a B and not as a C, and you want to test 89 to make sure it puts it in as a B and not as an A. So you want to do a lot of testing and all that. So look it over, see if you have any questions, and if you have a problem with anything, give that to your instructor, the questions, and they'll get those answered for you. Bye.